Hi, it's Brad Shores here with Tropical Shores Steel Drum Lessons. On today's lesson, we're going to talk about note placement and enharmonic notes. The note placement on the pan corresponds to the notes on the paper like this. This is the lowest note on my drum. It's a low C, and it looks like this. And a lot of people call it middle C. Now on the drum, it's right in front of me. It's this C. And then you have D, which is here, and then E, and it goes right up the scale. F, G, A, B. Now, when I get to this next C, which is here, I wrote all the letters on top, meaning that now we're on what we would call the inner ring, this ring. There's the D, C, then the D, and the same pattern, only you're in this part of the drum. That's how you know which notes on the paper correspond to which notes on the drum. Now, on the other side, we have some sharps and flats here, and I drew out a couple. People ask me, how do you know that D sharp and E flat are the same note? Well, that's called being enharmonic. D sharp is like E flat. Just the same way you can say United States, America, parts of North America, that's all the same place, it just has a different name. D sharp and E flat happen to be the same note. The lower note, sharped or raised, is the same as the higher note, flatted. And that's generally true. There's a couple of exceptions, but that's pretty much true. Look at F sharp and G flat. I don't know how your pan is marked, but you may see some pans have them marked both, and some have them marked maybe one or the other. I tend to think that F sharp is more widely written for than G flat. That's just the way I've seen it. But for those who are not sure, mark both. Mark F sharp and G flat. So what we have is, we have, again, C, the low C. If I was to sharp that C, it would be this C sharp. Because it's about the same size and it's about the same area or about the same line height of the other one. So C sharp, which is also D flat, by the way. Here's D, here's E flat or D sharp. Here's E, and that really doesn't have it can be called F flat, but you hardly ever see that. That's one of those exceptions. There's E, F sharp or G flat, A, B flat or A sharp. I'm sorry. I got off there. G, and then G sharp or A flat, and then A, B flat, and that's also called A sharp, and then B, which could be called C flat, but again you don't hardly ever see that, and then back to C. So again, the height of where it is on the staff, this is called the staff, where you are here corresponds to over here. These would be called the lower notes, which would be pretty much on the outside here. I think they're all there except C, and then that's the inner ring. So, just to review, lower notes lower notes on the staff are lower sounds. So of course those are the bigger notes. That's how you know. So if you say which C is it, you say, well, is it this C or that C? How do I know which C that is? Well, because this is the low C and that's the higher pitched C or the smaller C. Here's the low one. Here's the high one. And so when you see D sharp and things like that, and you're looking on your drum and you say, well, I don't have a D sharp. Well, remember the D sharp could be called something else, and that would be E flat. You can look that stuff up, but generally the lower note sharped, meaning the D sharped, would be the same as the higher note E flatted. Sharp goes up, flats go down. So a lower note sharped is the same as a higher note flatted, and that's called enharmonic. They are enharmonically the same. C sharp and D flat are enharmonically the same. That's meaning if you went to the piano and played the C sharp and played the D flat, it would be the same note on the piano. So a lot of this is based on piano. So if you know piano, then you already know where you're at on the drum. Just to worry about these high notes here, this B and C. For those who say, well, mine doesn't work, those are what would be considered extreme range, and they don't work on hardly anybody's drum. Here's the high B. That one's not bad. Here's the C. If I hit it really hard, it'll come out pretty good. But the others, it's not a bad D. And I'm really hitting them hard, and you don't always have, on all drums they don't sound very good. I'm just saying that on my other steel drums, some of them don't play real well. And it's not that the drum is bad, it's just those notes typically don't speak very well, unless you hit them really, really hard. So that's pretty much all there is on the note placement, but a lot of people have questions about that. That's it for this time. I want to thank you for watching the channel. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel and make comments on the channel if you have any questions. And also if you have book needs or track needs, go to tropicalshores.net, and also go to www.panland.ning.com, which is a Hand social network where you can find pictures and videos and meet people from all over the world that are interested in playing the steel drum. Sometimes there's downloadable free tracks on there, so please feel free to do that. We'll see you next time.